The Valencia Street Circuit, a picturesque Grand Prix venue located next to the harbor, was a scenic location for Formula One cars to go racing at. During a time when 24 V8 monsters would roar around the streets of Valencia, echoing off historical buildings and wowing fans as they cheered on their heroes. For 5 years, Valencia hosted the European Grand Prix with the glitz and the glamour, and now it's practically a wasteland. Yep, that's right. 13 years after Fernando Alonso took a famous victory in Valencia, the circuit venue today is hardly recognizable. A result of finances and political corruption led to the demise of this Grand Prix, but today we will not get into those details in the history. This past May, I traveled to Valencia, and the abandoned F1 venue was at the top of my list. I'm going to show you how the circuit looks today in 2025, while also showing you direct comparisons to how things looked the last time F1 raced there. In the years since, the facility has been left to deteriorate. The permanent section of the course has been fenced off and vandalized. What was Sector 3 is now a barren wasteland of homeless camps and overgrown brush. It is not a place I would recommend walking at night, but during the day, there is plenty of the F1 circuit you can still see. Much of the curbing from turns 17 to 22 is actually still there, as well as the sponsor logos which are faded but still visible. The track surface is actually still pretty decent, and it's very cool to see the outlines of the track where Formula One cars used to race. Walking further down, we get to the more interesting part in Sector 1, where the start-finish line is and the pit buildings. The start-finish line is still very visible, and standing there you can imagine what it was like for the drivers every time they crossed the line here. Today it looks very different, with only the paint being there as a reminder of the racing that used to happen here. What's cool about this part of the abandoned circuit is that a lot of the markings and signage is still there in 2025. You have the Valencia signs, which although faded, you can still see, and when you walk in the pit lane, you will immediately recognize where you are walking. The pit buildings are totally empty and abandoned, with renovation being needed. The pit exit lines are still there for all to see, and even some of the pit boxes are still visible. Those boxes are much smaller compared to the cars we have now in 2025. The white lines of the pit entry and also the exit of the final corner are still visible, but going past that you only have the normal roads that would have been closed off during the Grand Prix weekend. But standing at the final corner, you can imagine the cars coming through here as they line up on the grid getting ready for lights out. The many grid slots are still well and truly there on the pavement as they overlook the start-finish straight. Standing there and picturing a Grand Prix start of over 20 V8 Formula One cars in a street setting like this kind of makes you sad that Valencia is no longer on the F1 calendar. Sure, it wasn't a great venue for overtaking, and it would be even worse today with the size of the modern cars. But even in its deteriorated state, you can see just how unique and fun the Valencia Street Circuit was, and what an experience it would have been to watch a race there. 13 years have passed since the checkered flag fell on F1 in Valencia, and now it has become sort of a live museum for F1 fans to come and visit. I'll leave you with a couple more shots of the abandoned F1 track, but let me know in the comments section down below if you ever attended the Valencia Grand Prix and what you think of the circuit, and whether or not you have visited an abandoned F1 track before. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more weekly F1 content.